The age-old question, how much should I charge for videography? Well, there are so many factors that come into play when we look at pricing, and I want to break them down in this video to give you the best chance of pricing your services correctly so that you find the sweet spot between charging as much as you can whilst not constantly facing rejection. I've mentored people within my academy who have been charging £5,000 or roughly $6,000 for a video. And they come to me because they are struggling to make enough money to sustain their business. And that's because they don't have consistency. They're effectively charging way too much. So yes, they are getting paid that amount. And it's really hard for people like that to reduce their prices because they say, well, I'm getting paid that, so I'm worth that. But the problem is they're not finding enough clients to pay those prices. So there's a disconnect somewhere along the way. I also work with some really talented people who are just starting out in videography, and they can charge way more than they are, and they're massively underpricing themselves and devaluing their products. And they're also getting rejection after rejection because there's a disconnect in what they're offering and the confidence that they have in actually selling their services. And the first thing I do when I work with people like this is I get them to plot on a graph where they think they sit in comparison to their nearest competitors and the rest of the industry. So if you could imagine a simple graph with just a cross on it, bottom is low prices, top is high prices, and then left to right or other way around is quality. So a quality scale from low to high. So where would you rank yourself in terms of your quality? You know, maybe you think you're at the low end, maybe you think you're at the top end. Plot yourself somewhere across that horizontal line, and then vertically, in terms of the amount that you charge, where do you think? Do you think you're on the cheaper end or on the higher end? Once you've plotted yourself, then spend some time looking into your competitors and doing some research. Competitor analysis is something that I don't see enough people do, and it's the only real indication of where you sit in the marketplace. If people don't have their prices on the website, phone them up, pretend to be a fake client. Start to figure out how much are they charging for a video project and find out what that actually entails. Because I get people come to me who are charging $5,000 to $10,000 for a project, but I ask them, well, what do I get for that? Because someone else over here might be charging $500 for a video, but their version of a video is turning up, doing 2 hours worth of work and then going home. Whereas this person for 10,000, it's got a whole team, they've had to hire in equipment. So it's understanding there's levels to this. And what's the profitability at the end of it? So initially, plot on a graph where you sit and start to do some competitor analysis. The second step to this and the factor on what you're able to charge is, what does your track record look like? Do you work in multiple industries or are you just focused on one niche? If you're in one niche, you can often leverage that more because you really can talk their language, you can help educate them, you know the problems that they're trying to have, and you can use that data to build out your track record. So we can not only just look at your video and the quality, but we can also look at how you've managed to help these other people. And we might want to build out that track record, and we call it social proof, proving to someone that you can actually do what you're saying you're going to do. Rather than saying to a business, I can help you get more clients with my videos, you're actually showing them case studies of proof. Hey, I worked with this person. They were just like you. They were a builder. They were trying to grow their building company. We came along. We did some videos for them. He left this testimonial. The testimonial says, yep, fantastic. Loved working with these guys. I noticed a real difference to my business. I've now got, a new client as a result of it. So the video is more than paid for itself. And then you can break down, these are the steps we took to achieve those results for this person. That all of a sudden opens up their eyes and ears to make them look at you and think, this person knows what they're doing. This is solving a real challenge that I'm facing right now. And they've clearly done it before. So if it worked for that person, it must work for us, because everyone thinks their business is better than the next person's. And when you show them their competitors and how well they're doing, it's a really good sales strategy, because they end up thinking, oh, well, we're better than them. We deliver a better service than they do. But at the end of the day, they're further along because they've utilized your services. And that's the way that we start to angle this. So once you've looked at where you sit in the industry and where you truly think you are on that graph, it will give you a better reflection of where you should be moving towards. And then you need to be looking at that track record. What have you got? What social proof is there? And if you do work across a broad portfolio, a large, diverse portfolio of people, then that's also fine. But it's about finding a similarity between them all. Maybe it's the type of videos you produce. Maybe you do service overview videos or product-based videos. What is that consistency? And then start to build out that social proof, the case study, and that track record, because that's going to really help build your confidence in that sales setting. And finally, sales is really just about your ability to convince the other person that they need your services. And that comes with confidence. And confidence often comes with time. And confidence also comes with hardship as well. It comes with taking those no's and those constant rejections and having to figure this stuff out, sometimes the hard way. But I like to think that on this channel, we provide as much value as we can to help people navigate that long road of trial and error so you can get there a little bit quicker, because I didn't have anyone to learn from when I was starting my business, and I don't have anyone really to learn from now. So I'm having to figure this out, and I'm sharing this journey with you along the way. And through my academy, we have over 500 members worldwide. They're all filmmakers who are trying to grow their videography businesses. And I'm able to learn from them as well as they're able to learn from me, and we can all help each other. And that's what I try to put into this channel. And one of the key things that keeps coming up time and time again is really just that lack of confidence. I do have a great video about confidence on this channel, so I'll link it at the end of this video. But when it comes to pricing, by building out, understanding where you sit in the marketplace, understanding your track record, your industry expertise, and what you actually have to back up your costings, then you're able to put a price with it. And that number, I can't tell you what that is, because I could tell you something and I can tell you, yeah, I charge 10,000 for a video and I can hype you up, but that's not going to get you results. And it's so specific based on your geographical location, the niches that you're in. And that's why that very first task, combined with building out that track record, will really give you the tools you need to go in there and get yes after yes, because you're able to solve a problem. You've proved you're worth the cost you're worth by that track record. And then you know that you're in the ballpark of where you sit. And what happens on that graph over time is if you keep coming back to it, you'll see yourself moving up in terms of pricing and along in terms of quality. And that's where you want to continue moving along that trajectory. As a bonus tip, there are other factors that you want to look at when you look at pricing, and that's all of your additional costs. So when you're breaking it down, you're looking at pre-production. How long is this going to take you to script, build a storyboard? Or maybe it doesn't require that. Maybe it just needs a couple of meetings for you to understand what the project is requiring, but those meetings are still part of your time, so that needs to be factored in somewhere in your end quote or your invoice. Then you're looking at the production time. You know, how long are you filming for? What kind of filming is needed? Do you need to hire in equipment? And do you need to hire in additional freelancers to help you? Because all of that stuff is going to eat into your budget. And finally, we're looking at editing. And editing isn't just about the time it takes you to edit, but it's also about, do you need to bring in any stock footage? How about music licensing? That can be chargeable as well. And travel is I almost forgot about that. Travel for years we didn't charge for, and we just used to suck that up as a cost. And that was the worst thing we could have done. You need to charge for travel because that is a cost to your business as well. By factoring in all of these steps to this video, you're going to be much better positioned at charging a fairer price for that industry. And then if you're thinking, well, Ross, I want to charge $10,000 for a video, then all you need to do is just multiply what you're doing, solving a bigger challenge, hiring in more people. And that's when you can move along the quality up in terms of pricing, and you'll be able to charge exactly what you're worth. Like I said, I do have a video about confidence because that's where a lot of sales comes from. So here it is. Click that video. You'll get loads of value from it, and I'll see you over there. Peace.